This tutorial is going to explain how to navigate a tablet. This will also work for using Google Classroom on a phone or something like an iPad as well. First, you need to make sure that you have the appropriate apps. So you need Google Classroom, you need Drive, you need Docs, you need Gmail, you also need Chrome, Slides. For any kind of spreadsheet activity, you would need Sheets, and you'll need Google Meet. These are the main apps that you need to have downloaded. Once your student signs on and into Chrome or in one of the school tablets automatically is signed on, you will click on Google Classroom. Google Classroom should come up showing different classes that you're in within the classroom. And whenever you see that, if you don't see the classes or it says access is denied, then you're probably in a different account. To change the account, in the upper left-hand corner, you see these 3 lines. And if you click those 3 lines, you will see what account you're currently in. If you click the little down arrow right here, it will give you this option where you are able to add another account, manage accounts, and you can see in this particular one, there's a second student account that is available. So if a teacher from, let's say this student is in 1st grade and this student is in 7th grade, if the 7th grade teacher assigns something and you're currently under the 1st grade student account, that student, you're not going to be able to answer and open it properly because it's not assigned to the proper student. So you have to verify which account you're currently in. Over here, this is where you would go back to your home page for your classes. This is where you can switch between classes if you want. And then you can also change some of the settings here if you need to as far as the notifications. So in the classroom, currently the teachers have invited the students, and so you would see something like this. So for example, in this class, I'm currently a student already. This class, the teacher has invited me. So I would need to click join. Once I do that, I will be in the class. The first thing that you see in the class is called the stream. It's basically like postings and announcements. And this is where teachers would put announcements and things like that. The second tab is called classwork. And if you go to classwork, this is what you'll see, a list of the materials and assignments that you have. They may be organized under various topics. The last tab is called People tab, and that's where you would be able to go to email the teacher or ask a question if you had it. You can also ask those questions within the various classroom tabs for the specific assignments. So let's take a look. Again, classwork is where you're going to go for all of your assignments. So let's take a look right now. There are 2 assignments, and you can see that they have a darker color here. If I click on the first one, it's called Sample Document Assignment. This is what I'm going to see. So class comment would be where if I clicked on that, I could ask the teacher a question. I can see if there's any point values. I can see a due date. Down here, you'll see where it says your work. What I will need to do on the tablet is take this little up arrow and scroll up with that. And basically what I'm doing is bringing that up here. And now you can see that in this case, the teacher has a document assigned to me. If the teacher does not have a document assigned, I can add an attachment, which means I can add a photo, I can add another document, I can add a slideshow, anything that's in my Google Drive I can add. Any photos that are on the tablet I can add. So in this case, the student is going to click on this document. When they do that on the tablet, it's going to look a little different than you would see in a Chromebook. So it brings up the document, and then you have these options up here at the top. If I click the pencil option, then I have the ability to write on the tablet. and write on the document. And then when I click save, the little icon here, this is what I'm going to get. I'm going to get an additional file here. It's a PDF file that shows the drawing that I did over top of the assignment. If that's what I'm going to do, then I can just turn in to the teacher. If I want to actually open the document itself, then instead of clicking the pencil, I need to click the box with the arrow in it. And when I click this box, it's going to bring this screen up. So now I'm actually in the document. I still can't type on it or do anything, but what I can do down here at the bottom is click on this pencil. Now you'll see the screen looks different and it's going to bring up a keyboard. Now I have the ability to go in, type my answers, and when I'm finished typing my answers, I click the checkbox. Once I'm finished, then I can click on the turn it in, and it will ask me if I want to turn it in, and I click that again, yes. If I need to unsubmit, I have the ability to do that by clicking unsubmit if I need to make an addition to the assignment or anything like that. Now, once you've done that, you can notice over here that this assignment is lighter gray, showing that it's already been completed. Now let's take a look at the sample slides assignment. For the sample slides assignment, same thing. When I click on the assignment, I have to scroll up to get this, your work, and I will click on the slide attachment. Again, I have the ability to attach a slides document if I create one from scratch, but here the teacher has one started for me, so I'm going to click on that. When I click on that, I bring up a copy of the slides. Again, if I click on the pencil, then it's going to give me the ability to write over top of these slides, and it will save as a PDF. To open it, what I want to do is click that box with the arrow in it. Now, when I click that box with the arrow, it will open the slide. And the first slide was just instructions. The second slide is where I actually have to do something. So some of the teachers will do a drag and drop activity. So this is where I would click on this and I would drag it. So in this case, it asks me to drag it over top of the X. So I move it over top of the X. And then I would be able to double click in here so that I can add text into that particular assignment. Again, the difference is if I use the pencil, then I'm not going to be able to drag and drop and do the different activities within the slides. So make sure that you click this icon that looks like a box with an arrow coming out of it. Once you're finished, you turn it in. Now, when you go to your class, if your teacher has a Meet set up, you'll notice in the upper corner here, you'll see something that looks a little bit like a video camera. And when you click on that, this is what you're going to get. It's going to ask, welcome to Meet, and it's going to ask you to continue. And then you will have the ability to join the meeting. Within that meeting, notice that you have your camera and your microphone. If the teacher asks, you may present your screen. If you need to switch accounts, you can do that down here. Once you click Join Meeting, it's going to join with a code that's specific for that classroom at that time. When you get this screen, all you have to do is click the X over here in the upper right-hand corner of that little box. And now you're in the Meet. So within the Meet, you have the ability to mute your mic or unmute it as needed, turn your camera on and off as needed, and this red button here is the hang up button. If you want to type a question into the chat, you click on this, and then you'll be able to type your question in. To see the people that are in the Meet with you, you would be able to click on the little people icon and see the other students and teacher that are in with you. In the upper right-hand corner, you have the ability to click CC, that's closed captions. The three dots will give you more menu, which is what you're going to see here, where you would be able to switch your camera position from the tablet. Again, you can turn on the captions here as well. You can do a present screen if the teacher asks you to do that. And then you can also close this out. If you click this little symbol right here, it kind of looks like a speaker with sound coming out of it. That's how you can change your speaker. So you can go to the speaker for the tablet. You can turn your audio off. Again, you can get out of that screen. So those are the basic things that you need to know about the tablet. Again, the thing that most people have a mistake on when they're working with a tablet is either they're in the wrong account. So again, in Google Classroom, you can go to the 3 lines in the upper left-hand corner, and then you can check by clicking the arrow next to the student's name and check for the account. And then the other mistake is using the pencil versus using the box. So the pencil is writing on it and the box is actually opening the file. So that works for docs, that works for sheets, that works for any of those types of things where you see that symbol.